guys, I'm Hendo and today I'm cosplaying from the CW show Batwoman. I've been a fan of Kate Kane for years and I'm so psyched to see the CW make Batwoman live action. I'll be making this costume head to toe from scratch, so there's no time to waste. Let's get started. The suit has a ton of textures and I was lucky enough to find some stretchy fabrics that match pretty well. I'm going to accentuate the bat and the belt with this bright red fabric. The cowl is pretty sleek and I'm going to make that out of craft foam. The cape is dark red on one side and black on the other, so I'm going to do the same. And we'll round all of that out with her matching bracers and boots. Since the fabric is beautiful and I don't have a lot of it, I'm going to make a mock-up first and really nail down the design before I sew it out of the real thing. I'm marking out my pattern with a lighter color first, then going over it with a black marker. Once I have my design set, I'll transfer it to paper, then cut it out of my fabrics. Kate's belt is super sleek with just a few pouches on her left side. I'm going to make mine out of foam and then cover it in this red pleather fabric. The pouches are foam wrapped in the same fabric and will attach with Velcro. I'm making the buckle out of Warbler so it slides right on. In the show, Batwoman's bracers go all the way around her wrist, but for the sake of cosplay comfort and easy attachment, I'm just going to use elastic straps. I'm hammering snaps into the top layer of my bracers and attaching them. I'm going to make the bat cowl out of simple craft foam. I could use a mannequin head to make the pattern, but my friends Mia and Kaylin were nice enough to make a life cast of me. This is really going to speed up the fitting process. I'm tracing my pattern really carefully to make sure that I have all of my attachment points. Now I'm using my rotary tool to sand down some of my seams. I'm using foam clay to sculpt the eyebrows and make them a little bit more defined. I'm going to use leather textile paint on the boots and acrylic paint for everything else. Batwoman's pouches do have a little weathering, so I'll add that with some silver paint. Now all that's left is for me to paint the cowl black. I'm going to top stitch some details for the chest, hips, and arms. I want the iconic red bat symbol to really pop, so I'm cutting it out of this bright red stretch pleather and top stitching it to my suit. I'm using face paint and sealing it with black eyeshadow. From Greg Berlanti and the executive producers of Arrow, Supergirl, and Legends of Tomorrow comes the incredible new series, Batwoman. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, this fall, a new day brings a new kind of hero, and she plays by her own rules. Be sure to check out Batwoman Sundays this fall, only on the CW. You can also find on my YouTube channel a tutorial and pattern for the cowl. Until next time, thanks for joining us on Nerdist Cosplay Builds.